so that we can play this back, and everyone approves for me recording, so thank you. If you don't, please write in the chat that you don't, and then we'll stop the recording. But it's always good to record because it allows us to look back and go over what we've been doing, and that's always a good thing. Now I'll just start my video so you can see who I am. So welcome everyone. My name's Christine Nicholas. I work for GoTAFE, but I've just been seconded to work for the Victorian TAFE Association, and I'm going to be working on a project to develop content for the regional TAFEs. We have 7 regional TAFEs in Victoria, and what we've got, this project is to create high quality content that we can share between ourselves, which is really good. Now I know TAFE South Australia and TAFE New South Wales share a lot of their content already. Victoria's a little bit different, but hopefully with this new project that we'll start getting TAFEs sharing content. Today's session is going to be on 5HP. Now, how many people have used 5HP? Can I have a show of hands who's used it? And I've got 3 people with their hands up, so they've obviously used it before. Yes, and I've got Aileen also. Very good. Excellent. So those who haven't used it, it's fantastic. Oh, I'm just so excited because we've used Moodle for quite a while, and we didn't have the funding to have any software like Articulate or Captivate or any of those type of software. So we only use the basic tools in Moodle, and we use video, create videos and things like that. But since 5HP's come along, it's given us more scope of what we can use, and we can create some lovely things in our Moodle shell now. Now, here's the plugin for Moodle, and some of you may have the plugin. If you don't have the plugin, you still can create content and embed it into your Moodle. So that's a really good thing. But the plugin, there's number of sites using the plugin now is 4,266. So it's becoming quite popular, as you can see. It's just sort of spiraling up. And I've been doing a lot of online courses at the moment, and I've been noticing that a lot are using the interactive content. It's not showing. It's not showing. Okay, thank you. I'm just making sure that you can see my screen. Just share screen. Are you able to see my screen now? Yep. Beautiful. Okay, so there's a bit of an idea of this spiral that is happening in the Moodle plugin. So we've got the plugin at GoTAFE in Victoria. Has anyone else got the plugin? No? I've got now, yes. Okay, so Jack, you've got it? Oh, is that answering something else maybe? On a test server only? Okay. Okay, all right. Well, that's okay because sell it to your managers because it is a really, really fantastic tool. So we'll show you both ways, but we'll go through that in a second. So what H5P is, because some of you may not know what it is, it's a free open source content collaboration framework based on JavaScript. So it's, how I can say it is, it's just a great way that you can create interactive content. You can create videos with little questions coming up. You can create memory games, hotspots, questions, and lots of things that you can use. If you're using the plugin, it comes through like a module. If you're using the embed code, you can embed it into books, into pages, into all different things. So it looks really nice. It is a worldwide facility, so it's open up to everyone. And one of the things, I think it's actually from Sweden, in one of the Scandinavian countries, and they're right into education and creating this content that they can share to everyone. So it's really, really great. So what I'm going to do now is actually show you the website where 5HP actually lives. Okay, so 5HP, and the beauty of it also is that it is so what's the word? So easy to use, and also has so many resources to help you learn how to use it. And these are some of the examples and downloads. So you actually can download a lot of these activities and embed them into your own Moodle, which is fantastic. But for instance, interactive content, this one here, these are all the different ones. It gives you a description of what it is and information about it. So here's an example of interactive content video. It's got a smoothie with all the different berries. Music comes along, and as you go along, it has different things that come up that you can bring in. It'll ask questions. So when you get to there, preparing, multiple choice. So what kind of berries is this? Strawberry, and check, and you get and then you continue on. It'll have more questions as you go along. So you can see it can be quite a good learning tool where you can have something happening on the screen. Highlight the ingredients so far. We've got strawberries, blueberries, and I haven't been watching, so I've got them. Yeah, see, I've got some wrong. So it tells me to watch the video again because I obviously wasn't paying attention because I was talking too much. Okay, so that's an example. So when you come to this H5P page, have a look at all the different ones. There's some fantastic ones. I'm going to do a demonstration how to create a video one today. And if we get time, we'll look at another one. The ones that I think are the most beneficial in Moodle would be the column. I think the column one is absolutely fantastic because the fact that you can combine a lot of the different types of activities into the one. So for instance, this one here is an image and there's some text. Then it asks a multiple choice question. Then there's a true and false. And then there's the crew, and it's a drag hotspots, drag them onto the image, and you can actually go to that Wikipedia site to find out the answers for it. So it's a way of combining a lot of content together, and I think that's really powerful. Okay, so to create your content, you need to have an account. So you sign up for an account. So this is my account here. I'll be mainly creating within Moodle itself, but I'll do both so that you can see the difference. Any questions at this stage? Funny though, because the columns are underneath each other. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, per se, but they are just one after the other, and you can just add more things as you go along. A little bit of a scroll, but I suppose in design now, because of the fact that a lot of the learners are using mobile apps, a lot of it is scrolling, and it's not considered as bad as the scroll of death anymore. No, the quizzes do not feed into Moodle as such. If you're going to do assessments, don't use 5HP. You should still use your quizzes in Moodle. But these are great for learning activities and, you know, using it that way. We have thought of using it for evidence of participation, and we're still doing testing on that to make sure it does come into the grade book. It does come into the grade book, but it comes at system level, not as the user. So we're still doing a lot of testing on that one to see whether we can use it. Is it free? It is free, so it's fantastic. It's so no cost involved. It's a free service. So you can sign up and you can start playing with this if you like. So this is my account and I can just create new content. So if I was creating an interactive video, I can call it, this one is one that I'm going to be doing today. I've already done it once before, so I'm just doing something that I've done before. And this one is called Traveling Solo. The beauty is you don't have to actually create the video. You can actually use a YouTube video, which I'm going to do now. Now, we have Moodle with eWorks. If you've got Moodle with eWorks, you'll be able to have the plugin. Okay, Dora? Because eWorks, I'm with eWorks also, and eWorks have got the plugin. So, yeah, start using it. It's fantastic. So I'm going to do one in 5HP now, and then I'll do something in the Moodle so you can see how the plugin works in the Moodle. Okay? All right, so Traveling Solo is the name of the activity. Now, I've got a drop down here. and I'm going to drop down and I'm going to look at interactive content. Now you'll notice here that there's a big list of all the different types that you can use. If you've used something previously, it'll go to the top of the list. So in this case, I've just been using interactive video, so it's on my top of my list. Otherwise, it'll be down lower, usually in alphabetical order. So I'm going to use this one. So it just says use. And you'll see here, you've got tutorial. So you can actually click on there and it'll give you a bit of a tutorial about it. It'll give you an example. Okay, so you've got those two things, and every different one that activity that you'll see, you'll be able to use those things. So that's really good. So here we've got to upload the video. So we would upload the video, or we can put a URL. So I'm going to put a URL in. And insert. So it's inserted my YouTube video. Now you'll see here, edit copyright. So it's very conscious of copyright, and we should be too, because if we're working in TAFE or university, I know we have a Cal audit, and they make sure that we are using our own content, and does look at that. Okay. All right. So if I edit content, I would put in the title, who owned it, da da da. I'm actually linking to a YouTube video, so I'm actually going out into the web. So it's okay. Now I can hear someone. If I can get you all to mute, that would be fantastic. It would be really good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so once we've got the video in here, we can add the interactions. Now it's important obviously to watch the video, which I've done several times, but see all the tools that I've got up the top here that I can incorporate. I can write some text, I put a table, a link, an image, a statement, a single choice set, a multiple choice, fill in the gaps or blanks, I should say. So all mark the words, all different types of things that I can put in. So what I'm going to do with this particular one, I'm going to put 3 questions in that the user will answer. So I'm dragging this down, and I'm going to put this one round about there, and I'm going to display this one at about 30. Now you'll change this as you, I want it to come on at 30 seconds and stop at 35. Now you might not do this till you've played it a few times and see where it actually comes in. My label will be question 1. Right, so that's going to be my label, and I'm going to use a button, and this is the question I'm going to ask. So I'm going to put a question in here. Right, so, oops, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot, aren't I? Pick it up top here. And then that's the question, and now the text. And whatever ones are correct, I just tick them that they're correct. So I've got a few different answers here, so I'll put that one in. And that's the correct answer, so I'll tick that one. And then I'm going to put this one in. And then you can add more options. So I'll add another option. So it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So it's just a matter of travel solo, and I'll just have one more option.
Is that correct or not?
No, it's not correct. And that one's correct. And I've actually made the question is from the video, why do people want to travel solo? So the answers are actually in the video, even though you might think some other ones are irrelevant, but that's how that one's worked. Now, we've got some other settings down here, behavior settings. So enable a retry if we want to, enable show solution button, question type, we can have automatic, or we can have check boxes. Random the question. And that's all pretty straightforward. Most of the defaults are pretty good. So you've got different things you can put in, but I'll just leave it pretty basic for now. But it's good to experiment and try different things. So therefore, there's my first, see a little dot here? So that one's coming as a multiple choice. I'll do one more and then I'll just play it, okay? So I'll put another one, another multiple, so I'll do this one, fill in the blanks, just so you can see a different one. And I'll put this one over here somewhere, about there. And this one, it's a drag and drop. It's more at the end. I want it to display, let me see, at 2:30 so this is when it's going to display 2:45. Now, I do like to pause the video. I'm not sure whether I clicked the other one before, but it's nice to pause it because then it makes the user know that they've got to do it. I think that's always good. And I'll call this question 2. And with this one here, fill in the missing words, I've got to, so I have the name of what I want, and then the star goes around what the correct answer is. So I've already done this before, so I'll just put it in here. I'll see, and I'll paste it in here. So backpack around Europe. So Europe is the correct answer, so that will go in there and so forth with the different ones. That's all I have to do. Behavior settings, let's have a look at those. Enable retry. Yep. Make sure the user input has exactly the same as the answer. Case sensitive. We can take case sensitive off if you didn't want that to be the case. All right, and we'll save what we've done so far. And we'll just have a look at what it looks like. So here we've got a video, and I can play that video. And question 2, see question 2 come up here. So we've got an issue with its alignment, so we the timing, so we'll need to go and check that. So keep on going. We'll go back and have a look at that. So
it's longer than the video.
And then when it goes up to that there, question 1, and you click up from the video, why do people travel? Spend time with your own thoughts, meet people different, and check, and then they continue. So when you continue, it goes on to the next one. Now we need to fix this one because there's something wrong with that question 2. So we'll go into the edit and have a look and see what's happening there. So when I go into edit, I can have a look at it again and fix it. So in the interactions, so we're having a look at those. And so this one here is the one that's got an issue. Question 2. Now I can edit at any time and I can move at any time. So I'm clicking on the edit and display time. See how that hasn't worked? So I thought I had done that, but obviously I hadn't. It's supposed to be 2:30 to 2:40.
2:41.
2:40, that's fine. Question 2. And that's all done. Just make sure the behaviour is correct. Retry. Yep, we're happy with that. Okay, so I'll save. Okay, done. And save. Now you'll see the button. I can see that's right now. See how the button's gone over here? So that should be fine. Now you can see how I've got clone content there. I can clone this if I want to and make it a little bit different for the next time. Now if I play this again, but I'll move it up. Now I can stop users doing this too, mind you, if you didn't want your students doing this. So question 2, and then fill in the missing words. And I'm just going to drag that up. Oh, I've used a different one. Okay, fill in the missing words. I've got to actually type this. Yep. Put my fingers on the right keys. Now, I can't remember what, some place. Interesting. A volunteer. Okay, so this one, you actually got to type the answers in. There is another one where you actually get the content and you'd actually drag the ones in, which I think is better. But it depends what you want to achieve. Okay, so that's an example of one there. Now you'll see here, I can download or I can embed. If I download, I can upload into Moodle, my Moodle, if I've got the plugin. Okay, so if I've got the plugin, I can download the file and upload into my Moodle. If I haven't got the plugin, I can do the embed. Now I can see someone's got their hand up. Do you have a question? I'll just unmute you. And I'm not sure your first name. Is this Jay Beard? Do you have a question? No? Any questions so far before I move on? A few hands are up. Great, thanks. Got to go. Okay, no problem. Well, you'll be able to get the recording. Okay, so there's the HTML code. So I'll just copy the code and then I can go back into my Moodle and click on my Moodle.
Christine, there's one question there.
Okay.
Dora.
And the question, I can't see a question.
Oh, if you want to create a learning sequence, would we create it in H5P or in Moodle?
Okay. If you can create a learning sequence, would we create it in Moodle? Depending on what you're using. Do you have the Moodle plugin, Dora?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Then what I would suggest, it depends on what your learning sequence is. We've been using the modules in Moodle, and I'll show you that in a second, whereas you would have to create the learning sequence, I suppose, in Moodle. But if you use something like Column, which is one of the H5P modules, you can have a bit of a learning sequence. Like you could have some text, a video to watch, some questions and so forth, and that could be a learning sequence. Or you can use Moodle itself and then create different activities which they move through. So it really depends on what you're doing. I think with 5HP, because they're all little, they're different activities that you can combine together. You can use things like presentation or column. You put them together, or you can do them as individual. So it really depends on how you want to deliver it, I think. I don't know if that's answered your question or not, but I suppose it depends on how big the chunk of learning that you've got. Yeah. Now, I'm just going to, here I've got a book. So I can embed the code into a book. I can embed it into a page. I can embed it into straight into the Moodle panel if I want to. And then all I've got to do is look for the embed code, paste the embed code and update. And it's that easy. And save. Now, one of the issues that you will face if you embed the code into your Moodle is if next year you want to use the same activity in a next year shell, if you change the one that's already been created, it will change in the previous years also. So what I suggest you do is you clone it and make any adjustments you want to it and then re-embed it, which is what I did for this one here. So for instance, I've got this traveling solo, which has 3 questions in it. So 3 across here. Then I cloned it and then made some changes and called it 2018. And so it's got different embed code, and I put an extra question in here. So because if you use the same embed code from a previous year, you'll try, you'll alter it for the previous one. Yes, it is.
Yep.
If you're embedding, it is actually sitting in 5HP. All right, but you do create your own account and you have a choice whether you share it or not. So that's up to you. Now, if I'm going in Moodle, I'm going to show you the plugin now, because some of you can try and push to get the plugin into your own institutes. If I use the plugin, I can, I'm just going to back here to this particular Moodle shell. If you use the plugin, you just go add an activity and add interactive content, 5HP. So it looks similar. As soon as you go OK, add, I'm getting the same sort of details. Edit here. And you'll be familiar with these things that are in Moodle. So this one here will look similar to what you're seeing in the 5HP site. The plugin that we've got doesn't have embed code, but I believe that there's a new plugin just come out last week that we can now embed into Moodle, which is fantastic. But you just need to be aware, if you roll over your Moodle shells or your Moodle courses to the next year, that the embed code will link back to the old one. So you need to re-establish that embed code in the new shell. We call it a shell, but new course. Okay, so just to show you a few other types of content that is available. Interactive content was a great one. We looked quickly at the column. Find multiple hotspots. This could be quite handy if you've got images. With this particular one, it is one image, so you'd have to combine your images onto one. I've done this using Word and a table and inserting the pictures, and then using my Snippy and made one image. And then you can just put your hotspots over it. So this one here, find all the vegetables in the picture. So it just ticks, and then it says, great job, you know, you got 2 out of 2. But that could be handy for some things. Let me have a look. Just choose a few. Any particular one, if you've got a suggestion, that'd be great. Memory game? Okay, all right. I've just clicked on accordion, so while I'm here, I'll just look at this one first. I'll look at the example they've provided. Now, these examples have actually come from 5HP. So this one here is more a learning tool, just showing what each one is. And so you can put a lot of content and doesn't look so cumbersome. I did an example, I think, also with flowers. So if you're working in that area, you know, you can have a little, you can't put images in this one. This is the accordion, but it can save room on your page. Okay, now we'll do memory game. I think that was a suggestion there, so that's good. And here we go. Example of memory game. So this is the one that's come from 5HP, and you just click on different ones. Oh, that was pretty good straight off. And so, and you'll notice that when I click on them, when I get it right, it actually has the word what it is. So it's sort of another way of remembering things. And then the last one. Now, I did a couple of examples with the memory game. I've actually used it for computer parts, being in that computer area. And I don't know whether this one's a big one or a small one. In one of them, I did too many images, I felt. It was probably too many. So this one's not too many. So keyboard. So keyboard. Sorry. This one's got the wording and the picture. So this is matching the two together. So it's another way you can do it. And hard drive. computer case. That's pretty good. It's worked well. And then the laptop, that's matched. So, and you can do it as many times as you like. So that's a pretty good one. Can we add audio to the memory game? Good question. I haven't seen how you could add audio, but we'll have a look. There is audio, there's some great audio things for people learning to speak English, with English as second language, that type of thing. Words appear with the correct answer. Yeah, the words appear with the correct answer, that's correct. I don't think you can put audio. I haven't seen it in here. It's more text. So you can see you just add cards and so forth in there. Let's go back to memory game again. The audio one, I think the audio recorder. Oral presentation, medical terminology. So this one here, okay, my husband memory one in there. That was a thought, I think, maybe. Count to 5 in French. So this is one that they can, start it. I've got to be in a different browser. I'm in IE at the moment. I should be in Chrome. So yeah, in some cases the browser will make a difference. Now I can hear someone moving around. Yep, all good. Any questions? Let's store it. Can we send them through audio? So yeah, so you can have that audio. I don't know if I can quickly go into Chrome. Just bring Chrome up. I'm just watching the clock there. Okay, audio. So here we go. So you can record. So you can un, deux, trois, quatre. I don't know if I'm saying correctly or not. But anyway, you've done. And then I can download it and upload it to my teacher that I've done that audio, or I can play it back to myself. So there you go. I think it's fantastic. It's a great tool. You can have them recording themselves inside the Moodle, and they can upload that file into Moodle assessment or assignment. Days of the week, I think this is very similar, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then have to record themselves doing it. So you could suppose it's just a matter of thinking about, what I would like to do, how could I do it using some of these tools. I think is fantastic. So that's the audio one. The arithmetic quiz, I think this is probably good for low levels. It's very easy to do. You just got to say how many questions you want. It actually creates the questions for you, and it just comes up, start, and then they just have to answer the questions. Now there's multiplication, subtraction, division, and addition. Great show and 10%. Okay, good one. Great. And oh, good. It's great to hear you're going to use it in 2018, and more examples would be great. Now, I'll give you access to this particular Moodle shell that I've been playing in. I'll put the link in the chat room so that you can have a look at it and have a bit of a play. And if you do have any others, see that this one here, you just... and if you can think of great suggestions, let's share it in our community of practice. That would be fantastic. So there you go. So it's just testing the user so they can do it as many times as they like. So it might be preparing themselves for a test or something like that, especially in those lower levels, which would be good. And there you go. And then you get a score. and then you can go back and retry again. So it's really very basic, that one, and so easy to create. Some of the other ones, well, the column, as I said, I love the column. I think it's fantastic. I've just had a bit of a play with it. You know, stages of project, a video to watch, filling the missing words, a bit of a scenario, multiple choice. So you can combine a lot of things together, which I think is nice. What's the maximum length of an answer? And which one are we referring to? Sorry. Do you want to put your microphone on? Oh, what's the maximum questions you can have? I don't know because...
Hello.
No, sorry?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
So if it's only maths, then it only needs to be a short answer. But what if you were to pose a question and the student had to choose the correct answer from the question? So what would be the maximum kind of characters, thank you, the maximum characters you could use in an answer? Say you had, you know, find the best answer to, and the first one was, hello, how are you? Could you have something like, I'm going to the doctor, or Tuesdays I go to the bank, or I'm very well, thank you? Could you fit that many characters into the answer?
Are we talking about the audio one, or are we...
The one you just showed with the maths, the multiplication.
The maths one, they actually do it. The maths...
Oh, they do it.
They they generate. You just say, I want 10 questions, 20 questions, 40 questions, and it just does it.
Is there a similar activity where you can generate both the questions and the...
Yes, and the answers, and you can drag and drop it in. Yeah,
fabulous, yeah.
Drag the word,
Good.
I think it is, or fill it. Yeah, I think it's drag the word. Let's have a look at that one.
Or just click on the correct answer or whatever.
Yeah, see this one here, because I've already done it. The questions are over here.
Yeah.
I have a look at the other one. There's two there. I've probably done both of them, but I can reset it by going into it. Yeah, here we go. Drag the word. So you could have a sentence and then you drag in the best answer. I've only used one words there.
Yes,
but
no, I like the idea of having the stimulus at the top,
yes,
the question at the top, and then having multiple to choose from that you just read across and clicked on the right one, or you know, clicked on your
so
choice.
like a multiple choice.
So that it looked like that maths one.
Yeah.
But you could actually generate it yourself.
Yeah, you can. You can. No, there's different ways of doing that one. So you've got your multiple choice. And you can combine a few different ones together. There we go, multiple choice.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a bit slow. Okay, so you've got this one's got a picture and something, and then you decide which one it is.
Yes, okay.
We actually have... Yeah. So then they get, and you can have a multiple if you want to, because you can put them in a column and you can have them one after the other. And another way you can do it is in a slide one, and they can slide, like they do one and then go to the next one, and slides across. So there's lots of different ways you can combine them together, which I think is so good. So course presentation and the column are a good one for where you can combine lots of them together. This one's just using pictures and text sort of thing, and at the end they've got to check your understanding. I've seen better examples than this particular one, but I haven't got much to show you in this course at the moment, but I'll put some more in so you can see them. Dialogue cards, that's another one that's not bad. So if you're learning a different language or terminology, you could have, and then what it really is. And you'll notice here, it's got the audio to it, and then what it is. So it's speaking in another language, and then you've got to say what it is in English. But you could do the reverse. You know, it could be in English, and then you have to speak in Spanish or Italian or something like that. So there's lots of different ones, and they're all fantastic. In this particular Moodle shell that I've got here, I've just put them all in there, and they're all the tutorials that are available free on all the different ones that you can do. They're just links to the YouTubes, or actually it's going to 5HP, and it has the different things in there. I have created videos from a lot of them because I've been running this with the community of practice at GoTave, and I've been videoing them as I go. But I don't mind giving you access to this particular one, just guest access, and I'll leave it open for about a month, and I'll just copy that link and I'll put it in here. And the guest access is GoTave, if anyone wants to have a little look and have a look at the different ones. So our time is up. It's 1 o'clock, actually 3 minutes past 1. So thank you all for attending today, and we'll have another community of practice in January. This time we've done it on a Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday seem to be the most popular days for it. So we'll aim for next time to be a Tuesday, and then so everyone gets opportunity to attend, and we'll look at something on that list that you all completed for me, which was fantastic because it gives a good idea, and we'll see if we can get some guest speakers in. And if you've got something you want to share, please let us know, because then we'll schedule it. I know it went fast, but if you want to do more on 5HP, we can certainly schedule it again. So just give me your feedback. You've all got my email, so if you give me your feedback, we can work out some times that we can do some more. All right, so thank you everyone for coming, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.